Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about Hidden Gorge in Final Fantasy XIV. It can be a really fun game, and I believe that most of you will probably queue in and not know too much about it, so this is kind of like a quick guide about the basic ground rules of the game so you kind of have a better idea of what you're doing in there, you know? Let's play some footage and I'm going to explain what the basics are. So the first thing you're going to want to do whenever the game begins is rush to the center to try and pick up ceruleum. You can see the gauge to the right of your screen as to how much you've gathered. Ideally, your team would come with you and you guys can win the center, but if you're alone, try not to go in too deep or you're just going to get hunted down. You need a total of 50 ceruleum to summon a mech and 25 ceruleum to reload it. After some ceruleum gathering, you're going to want to go to the top of the center building and wait for the train. It's important to win this because it contains a bunch of buffs that could really make a difference, especially at the beginning of a match. Over here we're fighting for a ceruleum tank. This is going to give you 50 ceruleum units and enough to summon a mech to every single party in your alliance. Try to stick it out as much as possible, even if the odds seem against you. In the end, we ended up winning this round, and the ceruleum tank came really in handy to launch an offensive attack. Train stations can give 4 kinds of buffs. The ceruleum tank, which gives you 50 CE so that everybody can summon a mech. The Gobby Juice, which basically fills every limit break. Then the Gob tanks, which are NPCs that travel along the south and north lines and just provide support. And Gob crates, which come 12 minutes after the game started and give all of the 3 buffs above. Obviously you do not want to miss one of those. Next up, you're going to want to open your map and determine where the Goblin mercenary is going to spawn. In this case, it's the south. As soon as he is up, and you can hover over him to look at how much time he's got left, you're going to want to go destroy him so that he joins your side and pushes along with the other minions. Talk about mechs for a second. There's 3 types. The cruise chaser is really fast and it should be used to counter other mech and infantry. The oppressor is to siege buildings only, so you should just be rushing buildings and trying to hit them. The brute justice is a jack of all trades, but it's got a higher skill ceiling somewhat, as its actions can be kind of narrow. All of them are good options, but I would stay away from the brute justice if you do not know how to use them. As you can see here, I have chosen a cruise chaser and am forced to change my direction because there are some oppressors heading up north. I'm gonna go ahead and try to stop them before they blow up our tower. As you can see in the gauge to the right, our infantry has let us down and we're about to lose control of the mercenary. This is going to create a major headache in the future because the enemy is going to use it to push against us. These mercenaries are really valuable because they have a ton of HP and they also do damage to buildings. As you can see, we just lost our tower because they are rushing us. That's basically the gist of the game, and even though it's PvP, it is a very objective-oriented game, so you basically do the mechanics or you don't, and if you don't, you're going to lose. Let's cover the last 2 things. There are 2 steam cannons located at every base, and if you see the enemy coming or rushing towards you, you're going to want to get into them to provide a defensive buff to your base. And soaring. Every time you kill somebody, you get a 2% buff to your character. If you get it 20 times, then it's a 50% buff to your character, and also the gauge fills 100% faster. You can check out how many stacks you have by looking at your party legend. In the case of this battle, we were able to capture more objectives than the enemy, which allowed our oppressors to make it to the enemy base faster and kill them before they kill us.